Hello everyone, it's Jennifer from Ascension Genesys Health Club. We have had a lot of questions about the Instant Pot. A couple people requesting classes, so here we are, and this is for you. We purpose to inspire you to dig it out and see just how easy it is. It can truly become your best friend in the kitchen. So today I'm going to do a foolproof recipe for you involving quinoa. And from my years of teaching, what I have learned is that many of you refer to this as quinoa. And that's not how you say it, but I totally know what you mean. So this is what we're going to make. We're going to make a white and a red quinoa dish. Very, very simple, very easy to execute. And I hope that you will do it at home as well. First, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the flavors out of the garlic and the onions by sauteing them. This is very, very key, because if you're dumping all of your ingredients into the Instant Pot and just pressurizing it and turning it on, you're going to lose a lot of that flavor. So that's one of my tips, is to make sure you saute the things you want to pull the flavors out of first. Okay, so turn your Instant Pot on saute and we'll get started. All right, so we have it on saute, it's nice and hot. We're going to add a tablespoon of oil and our garlic. Get that sauteing a little bit. Oh, I wish you could smell that. Now we're going to put in our onion. That is the sound of home, right there. And this is going to pull those flavors out, like I said, which you really want to do. And now we're just going to shut it off and pressure cook. And then we will include the rest of the ingredients. And I have it on 2 minutes. That's all it takes to make our quinoa. All right, now we're going to include the rest of our ingredients. We have a cup of broth, whatever you choose. You could also use water, but I like a little more flavor, so I added broth. We have 1 cup of quinoa that I mixed, the red and the white. I always add a little bit of salt. And just for good measure, I add a little bit of turmeric because it's just really good for us. We know that, right? You don't have to add that. But know that this is such a versatile dish. You could add just about anything to it that you like, and it would be fine. So now we're going to put the lid on, and this is where people get a little bit perplexed. Did you hear that little diddle-a-dee? That means it's ready to be turned, and that sound means it's getting ready to cook. Your little knob here needs to be on sealing. If it's not, and it's on venting, your pressure will start to release, and you'll see that. So just make sure it's on sealing, and when the pressure is built up, your little silver knob in here will raise and you won't be able to open it. Right now I can still open it because the pressure isn't built, but I can hear it starting to build up. And it's perfectly normal for a little steam to come out of the top in the beginning. A good thing to remember is, even though this recipe calls for 1 or 2 minutes, the truth is that it takes about 5 minutes for that pressure to build up. And then when it's done, it takes 10 to 15 minutes for it to depressurize. There are tricks to depressurizing faster. So for a 1 minute ingredient, it's actually going to be about 20 minutes. Another thing to remember is that usually when you make quinoa, you need twice the liquid to the product itself. But because we're not evaporating it all with a pressure cooker, I cut the liquid in half. So you really, for 1 cup of quinoa, I use 1 cup of broth. It's just a very good rule to follow. All right, so when your quinoa is done, this is what you will have, something beautiful and delicious. You can see how fabulous it looks. I have added avocado, a little bit of lime, and some harissa. I really like heat in what I cook. Maybe you do too, but feel free to add whatever you like. Maybe even an egg or some peppers, and enjoy. Remember, love people, cook them tasty food.